Do you have kids, family, and stuff?
I have no parents, but I have kids.
Okay.
But they're 4 hours away, so I don't get to see them.
You don't get to see them?
No.
Okay,
I miss
hopefully.
them more than anything.
No, hopefully you're like, because you do seem like a good person. You're still mentally cognitive. Like you
Yeah,
still got your wits about you.
I tried. Sometimes I think the reason why ended up God made me homeless is I save all kinds of people's lives
Yeah.
because I'm not the one that's falling asleep on fentanyl, and I stop people from getting robbed, and I stop people from getting raped because I stand in, and sometimes it's scary, but I just can't let that happen to people.
Yeah, I understand.
And I feel proud that I learned how to do CPR when I was 12 and 16, and then I learned about naloxone, and I saved a lot of lives.
And when was the last time you saved a life? Do you remember?
About 6 weeks ago.
What happened? Can you just elaborate?
The person that I was with when I came out of the bathroom was laying on the floor and turning blue.
Yeah.
With his eyes rolled back in his head.
Yeah.
And he wasn't breathing at all, and he was cold.
And what did you give him?
I gave him naloxone, nasal naloxone, and CPR.
Yeah.
And I gave him 3 naloxones in total. You have to give it 5 minutes apart. Yeah. And he started breathing again.
Okay.
It's a very, very rewarding feeling.
When you save lives.
It's humbling. It feels really good.
If you had 2 wishes, what would your 2 wishes be?
If housing was more accessible for people, and if there was never no fentanyl. Okay. I've lost over 400 people. Okay. My family, friends, people that I love.
Okay.
And people use it as chemical warfare on each other.
So those are your 2 wishes?
Yep.
Okay, I was also going to ask you if what do you think the government can do in this situation? What do you think they can do in order to help this within the homelessness situation?
They need to have more mental health help.
Yeah?
Yeah, and like if people get arrested because they're drug addicts, putting them in jail doesn't teach them to be any different. Yeah. Putting them in rehab type situations and dealing with the mental health issues of people. Because when the government changed everything, they took everybody who has all different problems and put us all together in shelters, so they just pick on each other and can't get along. When there's people that aren't taking their medication and they're having full-time mental health, like, craziness, like, not, I don't know the other word, they're screaming at their top of their lungs and reliving they're reliving the psychosis, terrible things that have happened to them, they're talking it out in their heads, but that's triggering everybody else, and then the addicts start using more, and it just is like a full circle that just keeps triggering.
So do you think they should separate them, and anyone who needs help with their mental issues should be housed somewhere else?
They should, yeah, because they need medical help all the time. Like, they need to be watched so that way if they're a violent person or a schizophrenic person, they can't tell the difference, that they're monitored all the time, and that way it's safe.
Yeah, and
because it's not safe when you take somebody who is violent and unmedicated and an addict who has no patience and putting them in a room in a lineup waiting hours where they won't even serve you the damn food. You know, like, they bully me.
Wow.
And it's terrible.
So, tell me, how do they treat you in there? Because you were just saying a bit off camera.
Well, if the maids come and they don't want to come into my room, they are supposed to leave stuff for me at the office. Half the time I go there and I have like a face cloth and shampoo but no towel and 1 toilet paper roll for a week. The food is gross. It is like always undercooked and slimy and goes bad super fast. Like if you leave it on your counter overnight, it is not edible fast. That's how you know it's not healthy food. My room, when I went in there was not 1 single drawer, not 1 single shelf. My bathroom wall was just ripped down with drywall over top. It looks like a crack trap house that got raided and set on fire, and I'm supposed to live in there, and there's holes in the wall and writing all over. Like, it looks like a scary movie in my room.
Oh, there's holes in the wall and writing on the wall?
All over, graffiti, and half the walls ripped off, and it's scary looking. It looks like a house that's run down and closed. Wow. And the water is not good, and it is not clean, and there's black mold under the carpet if you lift it up, and the wallpaper, same thing if you lift it up, because there's been a lot of fires, and it's an older building, and we're all breathing that in. I feel like it's Darwinism, they're forcing us to be extinct, because they know that we're costing the government a lot of money, because we have issues, whether it's mental health, or drug abuse, or addiction issues, and it's making it that we're dying off fast. We're Generation X.
Wow.
It's totally Darwinism. Like, I'm educated. I went to the University of Toronto.
No, you do sound educated. What's your education background?
I went to University of Toronto downtown at Woodsworth College. I had English literature as a minor, and I took sociology and criminology is my double major.
And now you're forced, because I seen you looking in the bin, and now you're forced
Yeah,
to
because I want to see if there's something cool that I can have. Because
Yeah, you
everything
never-
costs too much.
Exactly.
And even when you're on ODSP or OW, nobody can live off $200 or $300 a month. That's what they give you. How can you live off that?
Oh,
Like
man.
by the time you take bus fare, like if you're healthy, like I'm physically not well, but if you're a healthy person that's looking for a job, even bus fare is $3.25 each way, and it's only good 2 hours. You can't live off $300.